Let's take a look at number 34. Another factoring problem. Let's see, we got 36x squared minus 25y squared. Now, first method factoring is GCF. They don't have anything in common. We start going through our list. Let me put the list up here just to refresh your memory. Actually, let me just handwrite it over here. Because if it just says factoring and you're not quite sure what to use, this might come in handy. We have our GCF. This is greatest common factor, and I put an asterisk by this. You always try to do this, and usually it's just mentally you look at it and see they have nothing in common. Then our second method is grouping, and this is when you have 4 or more terms. Well, this one has 2 terms, so the grouping doesn't fit. Then we have the PSD method, and this is when it's of the form x squared plus bx plus c. X squared, x, no x, and there's no number in front of the x squared. Well, that's 3 terms. This is 2 terms, so it doesn't fit. Fourth one is the key number, and that's when you have the form ax squared plus bx plus c. You have x squared, x, no x, and there's a number before your x squared. Well, again, it's 3 terms. This is 2 terms. That doesn't fit. And then our last one, difference 2 squares. I abbreviated. And this is when you have 2 terms with a minus between it. So 2 terms with a minus between them. Now these are the 5 important ones. If you know these, you pretty well get through college algebra just fine. There's difference 2 cubes, difference or sum of 2 cubes, but you'll find like in the college algebra book, I think our current one, there's only like 2 difference 2 cubes or sum of 2 cubes in the entire book, so you just don't see it very much. These encompass probably 99% of your factoring techniques. Well, we said this is difference 2 squares. Difference 2 squares says you try to write it as something squared minus something else squared. You look at the first piece, the 36, and they ask yourself what times itself gives you 36, and that's 6. The x squared, x times x gives you x squared. 5 times 5 gives you 25, and y times y gives you y squared. So we were able to write it as something squared minus something else squared. Now there's actually a formula for this. I won't write it down though because it's pretty straightforward. You take what's inside of your first set of parentheses, you add what's inside your last, and you take what's inside your first set of parentheses and you subtract what's in your last. And that's our answer. Now this particular one on this study guide wasn't multiple choice. I'm not sure why, but if we go back and look at our answers, yeah, we got 6x plus 5y, 6x minus 5y. So it checks.